Ladies and gentlemen, first of all, I beg your pardon for the slight delay. I hope you understand. I had to finish up some few things, so kindly bear with me for the delay. I thank you very much for coming to listen to this press brief that I really wanted to communicate through you. First and foremost, I want to mention that we are all disturbed by the continued detention of our comrades who were arrested in Kalangala on the 30th of last year. While some of them, 46, were eventually released, others have been continuously detained, while we have learned that others, including Nubian Lee, Eddie Mutwe, and some journalists, have actually been transferred to Machinde military prison. This comes after the court has given bail to these brothers and sisters, but were continuously detained, and they did not release them for 4 constant days. So we continue to condemn that abuse of the law. We continue to condemn the abuse of the judicial system by the military. We call for the immediate release of our comrades that are being detained in a military prison. We call upon all human rights institutions to raise their voices. We have not had any statement from the Uganda Human Rights Commission. We've not had enough from the music fraternity, our fellow artists. One of us, in fact not one of us, many of us are being oppressed. Producer Dan Magic, Nubian Lee, these are innocent artists. Their only crime is being my friends. Their only crime is supporting me and supporting change. They have not committed any crime. Court awarded them bail, but the military is still incarcerating them. We demand for their unconditional release. I also want to bring it to further attention of the nation and the world that yesterday, having arrested more than 100, precisely 100% of our campaign team on the 30th, we came up with a new campaign team, with a new security team, with a new medical team, and with a new welfare team. However, some were arrested, and the new media team, some were arrested as we headed to Namisindwa, while yesterday another bunch of them was arrested, precisely 17 of them. Even later on in the day, 4 more journalists on our media team, online journalists, were arrested, and their crime was having phones and being on Facebook Live. In total, I'm informed that 27 of our new team was arrested. Precisely 100% of our new campaign team was also arrested yesterday. They continue to be detained, and their continued detention is not explained. As it has always been, the Electoral Commission and Mr. Byabakama are silent about all these acts of criminality by the police and the military. The Electoral Commission has not come out to condemn the continued blockage of our campaigns and the continued harassment. Instead, as I informed you a few days ago, the Electoral Commission actually came out to add yet another effort to block our campaigns. Ladies and gentlemen, I was blocked by the Electoral Commission from campaigning in 16 other districts. Remember, these are not the districts that had been restricted by the Electoral Commission. These are not part of the 13 districts that the Electoral Commission blocked, including Kampala, Wakiso, Mukono, and Masaka. But I was supposed to campaign in these other districts to compensate for where I've not been able to reach. But the Electoral Commission put a condition which it has not put for any other candidate. They said I had to sign a memorandum of understanding with them. which I rejected because it is illegal. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm supposed to be campaigning in Kalangala, where I was blocked last time. But we got information, very reliable information, that once again the regime, using the military and the police and goons, were intending to attack us, brutalize us, and arrest all our supporters. They have a pattern of looking out for our strong supporters. In the run-up to the election, they want to disorganize us. They want to arrest all those that we were intending to send out as polling agents. So that explains why we've not gone to Kalangala today. However, I am aware and confident that the people in Kalangala, our teams in Kalangala, and indeed all our supporters in Kalangala are stepping in my shoes. They are becoming the Bobi Wines of Kalangala, like I've always been encouraging them. We shall continue to push this message in unconventional ways, because the regime is all out to ensure that they frustrate us. Ladies and gentlemen, some of you witnessed it. Some of you have not yet seen it. But yesterday at 6 o'clock, when I was driving back to Kampala from the campaign trail, I parked on the side of the road just before entering Jinja, because I was supposed to address an international press conference. Just a few minutes into the press conference, I was attacked by the police and the military. They did not explain anything, but the commander of the police that led the attack said that I had no right to park on the side of the road. I was parking on the side of the road because I was on a Zoom meeting and I could not address it while moving because the internet would be affected. I had conveniently parked on the side of the road, but the commander of the police came, hit at our car, pulled me out of the car, brutalized me, pepper sprayed me, and tear gassed the inside of our car with no explanation. Fellow Ugandans, it was such a shame on international media having a police officer of a high rank bearing the flag of our nation behaving in a very criminal manner and also uttering very derogative statements, especially coming from a police commander. On behalf of Uganda and on behalf of the people of Uganda, and also on behalf of the decent police officers that we have in Uganda, I want to apologize for such an embarrassment that was tagged, that was put on our country by a police officer, and to promise you that in the new Uganda, no single police officer will be used to disrespect himself and disrespect the uniform. Police officers are noble citizens that should be trained well, treated well, but most importantly, given legal orders. Orders that will raise the flag of our country, but not to embarrass us. It is enough of being a laughing stock among nations. Now, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to come to the most important reason why I sought to address you today. Yesterday, I addressed an international press conference, and I'm addressing the local media today as well. I want to announce that through our lawyers here in Uganda and our lawyers abroad, we have petitioned the International Criminal Court to investigate crimes against humanity on the orders of General Yoweri-Museveni and his Security Minister, General Abitebye-Akalulu, and many other serving police officers and military officers. We hope that the International Criminal Court can help, since all the local courts are literally in the hands and in the pocket and in a very firm grip of General Yoweri-Museveni. You all witnessed the other day when he was in Kisoro, when he said that he will tell the courts of law to forgive former Inspector General of Police, General Kale Kaihura, literally meaning that the courts in Uganda operate on Museveni's order. Therefore, we sought the redress of the International Criminal Court. We are all aware that Uganda is a signatory of the Rome Statute that establishes the International Criminal Court. And you are all aware that General Museveni and Uganda was among the first to take rebel leader Joseph Kony to the International Criminal Court. History has gone around, time has gone around, and now General Museveni is committing more atrocities, more crimes against humanity than Joseph Kony. Therefore, the reason to petition the International Criminal Court. General Museveni has always gone to the International Criminal Court when he deems it necessary and convenient for him. Little did he know that the dome of the world, the arch of the world, might be long, but it bends towards justice. So we want General Museveni to face justice in his lifetime. Therefore, ladies and gentlemen, we have petitioned the International Criminal Court. We want the International Criminal Court, when we succeed, to issue an arrest warrant to General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni and to his Security Minister, General Eri Tumwine, and all the police and military officers that have committed and continue to commit crimes against humanity. You also the November massacre, when so many innocent Ugandans were murdered, and it is on record that they were murdered on the orders of General Museveni. Therefore, we shall stop at nothing to seek justice for these people. We want the International Criminal Court to encircle the travels of General Museveni so that he cannot travel outside Uganda, and he should be arrested and presented to the International Criminal Court. We know that General Museveni and a section of the military are intending to murder Ugandans massively. We have information that the military and the people that are not in uniform have been deployed with automatic rifles of buildings to act as snipers to shoot and kill anybody that would be seen protesting, whether with a placard, no matter how peaceful they are. That is why we took this step. We know the world is watching Uganda, and we have encouraged Ugandans to use their cameras to gather as much evidence. We already have enough evidence to indict General Museveni in the International Criminal Court, but we want more evidence. And like it is said, never interrupt your enemy when they are making a disastrous mistake. Because General Museveni is the enemy of Uganda, we are giving him enough chance. We are gathering the evidence. Gentlemen, before I take any questions, kambyogere mu Uganda. Kulwa sematimba bwegi. Naba. Wakayonga. Basewo ne banyabo. Namazeda yagala mu Uganda.
Ateka Uganda.
Basebo ne banyabo tusose kubetondera olw'okulwayo okujja nine dakiika z'empisizawo kubudde bwetwalaganye okwogerako nammwe. Nsaba mutusaasire olw'ekyo. Mbebaza nnyo olw'okujja ne mutuluwuliriza n'okutuyamba okwongerayo eddoboozi lyaffe eri bannayuganda n'ensi yonna. Olwaleero njagala nsooke njogere ku nsonga ey'abannaffe abaakwatibwa ng'ennaku z'omwezi 3 omwezi gwe-12 omwaka oguwedde, nga n'olunaku lwaleero tebannateebwa. 47 bokka ku bantu abasukka mu 126 abakwatibwa bebayimbuddwa mu komera newankubadde ng'ekkooti yabadde yalagira dda bayimbulwe. Bannaffe abalala omuli Nubian Lee, Eddie Mutwe, producer Dan Magic, Bobi Yanga n'abalala bangi basimbula nga bava ku komera e Masaka nga bagenda mu kkooti, naye twategeezebwa nti amagye gawamba baasi gye baalimu era ne babavuga nga babatwala mu kifo ekitategerekeka. Kitwamaze ne tukizuula tibatwaliddwa mu komera ly'amagye e Makindye. Ekyo nno kikolwa kya bumenyi bw'amateeka kubanga abantu ba bulijjo ba civilians tebalina kusibwa oba kukozesebwa mu kkooti y'amagye. Kintu kikyamu nnyo naye era kyongedde okulaga ng'amakomera gaffe bwe gawambiddwa amagye, ng'ebitongole byaffe bwe biwambiddwa amagye, nga si kitongole kya kulonda kyokka naye n'ebitongole birala nga kwotadde amakomera. Ebyo byonna abasibo ne bannyabo nga bikyagenda mu maaso n'olunaku lw'enkya munsasire n'olunaku lwajjo tiimu yaffe empya luvannyuma lw'okukwata tiimu yaffe enkadde yonna. Olunaku lwajjo tiimu yaffe empya okuba kampeyini n'okutuuka mu bantu okugeza ng'oggyeko districts ze baawera okubamu kampeyini okuli Kampala, Masaka, Mukono, Wakiso n'endala nnyingi ng'omugatte zaali district 13. Twasalawo ne tukyusa ne tugenda mu kampeyini endala nga bwe kibadde nga kikolebwa. Ne tusaba akakiiko k'ebyokulonda tugende mu districts okuli Bukedeya, okuli Palisa n'endala. Naye nga bwe twabategeezezza akakiiko k'ebyokulonda kavuddeyo ne kagamba nti okunzikiriza okugenda maaso nga nkola kampeyini nina okusa omukono ndagaano nabo. Ekyo nno tekyakoleddwa ku muntu mulala yenna yeesimbyewo ku bukulembeze bw'eggwanga, kikolebwako nze nzekka. Twaganye ekyo kikkiriza kubanga kikolwa kya bumenyi bw'amateeka ate nga mwami Byabakama mulamuzi tumusuubira yawa amateeka ekitiibwa. Mu mbeera y'emu njagala n'okkubira omulanga bayimbi bannaffe, bannabitone bannaffe mwenna gye muli, mwavaayo n'amaanyi nga basibye Omunigeria Omar ne muyayaanira asumulwe kubanga ddala yali talina musango. Okuva ng'ennaku z'omwezi 3 Nubian Lee muyimbi munaffe, Dan Magic producer waffe ne bannaffe bannabitone abalala baakwatibwa ne basibibwa nga tebalina musango. Tulabye akasirikiriro kangi. Njagala okwebaza abo abasitudde amaloboozi gaabwe naye njagala n'okubasaba mwenna bannaye ffe ba artists, ffe ba talent people, ffe ba creatives tulina eddoboozi ddene nnyo. Muveeyo mubanje eddembe lya obutali bwenkanya bubeera mu kifo ekimu. Kiba kyabulabe nnyo kuba kiba kisoboka obutali bwenkanya obwo okusaasaana. Muveeyo mwogere ku mbeera eri mu ggwanga, mwogere ku bannammwe abatulugunyizibwa. Nubian Lee tetumanyi kye balimu kola kati mukomera eri amagye, nenze gwe basibirayo manyi kye bakola abantu. Era kyanaku nnyo okulaba nga bannabitone bonna basirise. Baganda bange olwaleero mbadde nnyina okubeera e Kalangala naye nga bwe muze mulaba poliisi n'amagye bwe beeyisa, twafunye information, twategeezeddwa nti baadde bateeseteese obulabe si kunze nzekka ne ku bannange b'entambula nabo ne ku abo bannaffe abali mu bitundu ebyo eby'e Kalangala. So ne tusalawo oluvannyuma lw'okwogera ne bannange tuleme kuteeka abo bantu mu balabe ate tuleme balaga bano abalabe ba Uganda baleme kumanya ani akulembera bano ani akola ki. Naye era mmanyi nti obubaka bwange butuuka ku bantu b'e Kalangala bonna. Njagala obbasaba mutwale obukulembeze, mutwale obuvunaanyizibwa. Nga bwe nze ngamba nti buli omu asobola okufuuka Kyagulanyi. Kano ke kaseera kuba tusigazaayo ennaku 6 zokka. Olunaku lw'eggulu abamu mwakirabye, abalala temunnabakiraba naye nkakasa mujja kiraba. Bwe nabadde nga njogerako eri bannamawulire okwetooloola ensi yonna nga ndi ku luguudo olw'ejjinja oluva eyiganga okudda e Kampala. Napaakinze emmotoka ku mabbali g'ekkubo kubanga meeting gye twadde zammwe Museveni byagezaako okutiisatiisa abantu nti ajja batta. Njagala abeere ng'akimanyi ne Munnayuganda yenna ng'akimanyi nti ekkooti y'ensi yonna nayo emulindiridde. Basebo ne bannyabo. Now I can take a few questions, maybe in English or in Uganda or in French if you want. Yes, sir.
Oluvannyuma lw'ebyo byonna okubeerawo ogenda mu maaso ne campaign era ogenda kuzzaako ki?
What confirmation do you have that ADN, Nubian, etc. are going to be tried by military courts of civilians in military courts say about Uganda?
Yes, sir.
My question is in relation to in the list you mentioned General Museveni and General Chimonde. Do you have a number of us? And lastly, it is not the first time that Uganda mentioned ICC. But how different is petition from the rest of the
I'd also like to know your thoughts on the ICC verdict coming up against Dominic Ongwen, which I think is scheduled. Do you have any thoughts on whether that case should have proceeded and what you'd like the verdict to do?
Thank you very much. Maybe I'll answer those first. Sema was asking, am I going to continue with the campaign? Of course. Of course we are going to continue with the campaign. When we started the campaigns, I was arrested on the first day. In fact, even before campaigns began, I was arrested on nomination day. Up to now, no explanation has been given. But we told you that we are not going to work by their terms. We are going to work by the terms of the law. Of course, it is legal for me to go out there. Rule of law in Uganda, the police and the military do not respect the law. They arrest, maim, tear gas, and even murder with impunity. And they have always gotten away with it so far. But again, I've been telling people that I will come to them scientifically, physically, and otherwise. In brief, it's going to be a rubber-dub style. So, to all the people of Uganda, for as long as the campaigns are still going on legally, expect me somehow, somewhere. I asked my confirmation about Nubian Lee and Yandimuyita being in military court. We were informed by our lawyers who confirmed that indeed the bus that was diverted by the military when it was coming from Masaka prison to court, it was driven forcefully to Makindye military prison, and that is exactly where they are being held. Of course, according to our laws, civilians are not supposed to be tried in military courts. But again, like I've said, Uganda is not governed in accordance with the law. That is why General Museveni can order mass murders. That is why the Electoral Commission can take the responsibility of the Ministry of Health. That is why the military and the police take over an election, which is a responsibility of the Electoral Commission. That is why you find the victim being blamed by the Electoral Commission. That is Uganda. Welcome to Uganda. But I hope by the time you leave, you will leave behind a new Uganda. You're not leaving. I would love. You will enjoy a new Uganda. You'll have no reason to leave. I was also asked that General Museveni and General Awedde-Icc are mentioned. Who else is mentioned? Quite a number of human rights abusers. And in a few moments, I will share the list of names. But again, there's also a big document that was released by our lawyers. I will be sharing that document with the media so you can get a whole list of the human rights abusers. And allow me to also add that many more will be added. So to all those that are holding guns, that are occupying positions of authority, individually responsible, and you will be individually brought to question that.